Let's check out the mayor of LA humiliating herself on CNN.
It's Thanksgiving. What are you most grateful for?
Oh gosh, I'm grateful to be in the city that I love, that I've been born and raised in, and all that we have to offer. Very grateful for my family and their patience. But I will tell you, though, that that's actually not my focus this Thanksgiving. My focus this Thanksgiving are on the families who have missing family members, who in some instances don't know where their family members are because they've been detained, maybe they've been deported, maybe they haven't. My thoughts this Thanksgiving are with the families in the Palisades, Malibu, and Altadena who are not in their homes.
So she's talking about illegal immigrants, by the way. She didn't mention real, legal American citizens with one time. She ain't worried about them because she's a communist. And here's the proof. In the 70s, she was a part of this brigade that went to Cuba to do agricultural work in support of the Cuban Revolution. In 2017, she eulogized her friend and mentor, who had been a top member of an education director for decades in the Communist Party USA. But that's not all.
But wait! There's more! Hang on to your seat, baby! Cause this one's a screamer!
And the big one of the bunch, after the passing of Fidel Castro, she praised him and said it was a great loss, calling him Comandante and Jefe, a title of respect used by the island's Communist Party. And that's why she didn't get selected as Biden's vice president, because of those statements. And guess who didn't like it? The large Cuban American population in Florida. Ironic, yeah? Alright, let's continue.
But you know that there's no evidence of any American citizens that have been deported. And if you're in this country, illegally, you run that risk.
Not deported, but detained.
Right.
Why should a U.S. citizen even be detained? There was a young woman, a student, who came in and provided testimony today. She was detained for 3 days because basically she was a victim of one of those sweeps where they would roll up a car, would roll up, jump out of the car, and detain someone.
But if you're in this country illegally, you legally don't have a right to be here.
Right.
And the federal government has the right to kick you out, right?
This is true.
Now here she's lying because she's referring to a case where it was an American citizen getting detained, but they were in a car full of illegal immigrants. And eventually they were released.
Look, this is true, which is why we need to have comprehensive immigration reform like we did in the 80s when the last time there was comprehensive immigration reform. What we did was we essentially said for everybody that is here now that is contributing constructively to the country. I mean, you know, in Los Angeles, we have sectors of our economy that are dependent on immigrant labor, legal or illegal. We don't need for there to be mass deportations that takes place. It hurts our city.
But the criticism of that is that LA, some people feel, is relying essentially on slave labor. That it's unregulated, that it's unfair to those people, and it's unfair to the workers who are doing things the right way.
Well, let me just tell you that I absolutely recognize that immigrants, especially undocumented immigrants, can be exploited. It's not slave labor, and if it is, then the employer needs to be arrested and detained as opposed to the workers that are just barely trying to survive. But, you know, there's a lot of reasons that people come in. You know, there's the whole situation of parents who bring in a child, and the child, you know, came here innocently. Why should that child be deported?
So she wants to just allow all these illegals to become legal, even though they jump line in front of everyone else. I'm pretty sure the people that do it the right way would be severely pissed off if that happened. The only reason Democrats want illegals to come in because they affect the census, which gives them more electoral votes. Since they can't win elections on their own, that's how they got to do it. And that's why they're always pro-immigration, pro-illegal immigration even. And then she tries to manipulate it by bringing children into the equation. But look at this abortion number, 1.14 million. To be even more specific, California alone has 178,000 of those abortions. That's roughly 16 to 20%, somewhere in there. And that's just 1 out of 50 states. That's an awful lot. Alright, that's it, guys. Stop believing these people. They don't care about you. They hate this nation. They want to see it burn. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe for more. See you later.